Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day number one here of the 2025 Maritime Major Girls Hockey League Showcase here from Credit Union Place in beautiful Summerside, Prince Edward Island. Game number one here featuring both PEI teams, the Down East Stars against the Western Wolves. This is game number 1 of 7 here to start off this showcase weekend. The showcase number 2, the first one took place earlier on in the season in St. Mary's University. And we're here at the home of the Summerside Western Capitals here at the Island Petroleum Energy Center. My name is Matt Dudelay for High Button Sports. The starting goaltender first for the Western Wolves, number 1, Peyton Crozier. And for the Down East Stars, number 1 as well, Grace Dunn. The puck is at center ice, and it is down, and we are ready to go here. Another action-packed weekend of hockey here from the MMGHL. All teams in attendance here for this one. We'll have all the action here for you on highbuttonsports.ca. That puck's going to come outside the blue line there as Allie Murray, she's going to chip that inside the zone. It won't quite get deep enough. It's worked around to the far side now. Lofted up and over. Lutley couldn't hang on, and now we're going to have a face-off in the neutral zone here on the offside. We're ready to go now. Puck is down. Just 30 seconds into this first game. As Thomas picks it up. My first look at the Wolves behind the mic here. I've done a couple Stars games so far. Now is Caden's player down the right side. She'll chip it into the middle. That's going to get down on the goaltender, Crozier. Oh, and a collision down there in front of the net. Crozier down. And she's going to get back up. Laboring a little bit as her teammates will check in on her. Looks like her hand that she's shaking there, and player just trying to find that loose puck and kind of got tangled up with the defender, and down they go into the goaltender, but looks like everyone's going to be okay here. Puck one back to the point. Fitzpatrick a shot there that was deflected wide. Rebound comes loose. Walker whacks at it. She's unable to get it to go. Mills all the way around to the point. It'll come outside the line. Work back for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick over the red line. Cuts into the middle. Nice move. Couldn't get around the second defender, though, as it's poked back down inside their own zone. That's going to go all the way down onto the goaltender, Grace Dunn. And she'll cover it up. So we'll have another face-off here. 18:42 left to go early on in this first period. The Wolves sitting in 8th place right now, 5-12-1 record. And on the other side, the Stars, 5th place in the league, 8-12-0. Keep in mind, all these games count towards a regular season. So big points up for grab here. Worked into the corner now. Jammed out front there at the side of the goal. They get a shot off. And that's as far as that play will go. So once again, we'll start down inside the Stars zone here. We're going to go to the left side of Grace Dunn here. Puck's down, pushed to the side. Chipped off the wall and out through the neutral zone. Right to the red line, and that's as far as it'll go, and it's going to be pumped right back down inside the zone. Dunn out to play it here. She'll leave it there for Larkin, who moves it up the right side. Mullins for Lutley. Lutley works down the right side. She'll get in, stopped up. She's kind of bumped into the wall there. The puck goes all the way around to the far side. Now up to the left point. Shot on the way through the crowd, and Crozier able to find it and hang on. So keep an eye out for the shot totals here. Doesn't look like the shot clocks are up and going. A crisp day here in Summerside. And that just means that winter season is just around the corner, as another shot there was deflected towards the goal, and Crozier able to make the save. So once again, we'll go right back to the blocker side here of Crozier. Back to the point, cleanly won by the Stars. The shot doesn't make its way through. Now it's going to be lofted up off the glass, and now back the other way go the Wolves. That's Stevenson down the right side. She's pinched off into the wall. Play continues. Richards pinching down. Now Duncan on the forecheck. Myers, the partner pass across for Larkin. Dumped back in here by the Wolves. Chipped up the right side. McKenzie, she's going to chip that from the wrong side of the red line, and that's going to go down for an icing here against the Stars, so we'll flip it back into their end zone here. A little touch and go start here. Rightfully so. Early on Friday morning. First game of the day. Always takes a little bit to get settled. Puck's down one cleanly here by the Wolves. Towards a goal. McKenzie in the shooting lane. That'll be blocked. All the way around the far side now. Tate Hansen. Couldn't get that out, but now the puck will get out. It's going to get by everybody, but it's not going to be icing as that touched the stick of McPherson on the way down. So in behind her net she goes. Wolves looking to get going on the breakout. Chip through the middle. McAdam pokes it free. Opportunity shot there from Mitchell, and that one just goes wide on the glove side. Worked into the corner. Mitchell joins the party. Worked in behind the goal now. Wolves looking to press here. McAdam shot there, saved by Dunn. Comes all the way back to the blue line. Now back go the other way. Go the Stars here in transition. Walker 1-on-2. She'll move down the left side. Cuts into the middle. Runs into a little bit of a traffic jam. Chip through the middle of the ice. Back the other way. Fitzpatrick. Bank that off the wall to the captain Mullins. She and her Team Atlantic teammates coming away with the silver medal at the U18s. Mullins, nice move. Cuts in to the forehand. Oh, she had a chance there to put it home and just couldn't pull the trigger. Matheson, shot towards a goal, blocked along the way. Fitzpatrick whacking at it. Chipped up the wall now. Face off through the middle, all the way to the point. Couldn't get it out. That was Guindon. Back down in below the goal line now. Mills looking for her options. Murray. She takes a bump there from Mullins. About as far as body contact as you can get. Nice one-touch pass up the far side. Now it's going to move over to the right side for Lutley. Lutley, nice move into the middle. Tried to drag, couldn't take the puck. Now the Wolves will chip that off the glass. Last one back here for the Stars is Larkin. She's going to fire it up the left side. Sorry. The Wolves now back up the strong side. That'll get by. Larkin will head back for it. Same with McGuigan. McGuigan collects. Good partner pass across. She was able to get it to her teammate, and they get it up towards the top of the circle. Worked all the way around. Good pinch down there from Brooke McGuigan. Couple McGuigans here. One on each side. It's lofted back down inside the zone. Stars back to collect. Up the right side, McKenzie on the outlet pass. Through the middle, a little too much sauce for McGuigan to handle, so it's all the way back down towards the Wolves zone. Now it's chipped free. Mitchell, 2-on-1 forming here. Duncan in to help out as well. She's tangled up down there with Myers, who's going to come away with that puck. And that one's going to be chipped all the way down the ice. We'll have a foot race here, and it is going to be an icing, and it'll be charged here against the Stars. So 14:30 left to go here in this first period. Thank you all for joining us here on this brisk Friday morning here. Face-off won by the Wolves. Stars able to exit the zone. Blacquier chipped off the wall. Turned it over. Mitchell now in her feet. Couldn't handle it long enough to make a play. Now is this going to be chipped off the wall. Player couldn't get it to go. Now is McGinnis. McGinnis up back to Player on the left side. Walker kept herself on side. Player looping around the end zone. Nice move there. Had it poked off her stick, though, at the last second. Back out to the blue line, and that one will exit the zone. Into the zone now. Fitzpatrick, good patience there. She exits the zone. Up the right side for Mullins. Mullins now. She's going to slide a 2-foot pass there for Player, and then Mullins will get the return. She walks in, shot there, saved by Crozier. The rebound still loose there for a moment, and Crozier able to pounce on that now as Mullins gets an extra shot in front. The old PEI rivalry. So another whistle here, 13:35 remaining here in this first period. Face off to the left side of Crozier. Stevenson and Lutley on the face off here. Wolves trying to exit the zone. Turned over inside, trying to go 5-hole. Crozier down there battling in the crease there, and Mullins hard in the paint there this morning. So Mullins and 5 other ladies from this league suited up for Team Atlantic. They fell a little bit short to Team Quebec in the championship game, but that was history made. And pretty proud moment here for the Atlantic provinces. Lutley, nice move out of the corner. Looking for Mullins. She gets it at the side of the post and whacks that wide. Another pass out front there. Nice centering play. That puck comes all the way to the left point. Shot coming through a distance. Crozier the save. Bouncing puck still loose. They score. Ellie Mullins on the doorstep. And she'll strike first here for the Stars. And it's 1-0 here for the Down East Auto Stars. Just a shot from the point that made its way through. All of a sudden it found the stick of Mullins, who's been in the crease quite a bit early on here, and that's going to be her 14th goal of the season. So back to center ice we go. Puck's dumped in. Partner pass across. Good job by the Stars here to spread it out here as they execute the breakout. McKenzie tries to dump that in. She ran in to Pino. She's going to work in behind her own goal now. She'll stop up. She's got McGuigan on the right side. She'll get around both forecheckers, sorry. Pino still with it. Tried to send it, and it was blocked there by Hansen. Up the left side. Kenzie chips that free. Matheson cross ice. That's going to get onto the stick of Walker. 2-on-1 now with Player with a back checker. Shot there, save made by Crozier. Gamble able to clear that rebound. She's going to head north. Gamble trying to poke it free. She's successful in doing so, but it's Player on the back check. So Fitzpatrick and Lutley on the assists on the Mullins goal. So Mullins from Lutley and Fitzpatrick, the official call, and it's 1-0 Stars here just about halfway through this first period. So now we're going to have a offside over there at the far blue line. And it's actually going to be a penalty, so mistaken for the first time here, and it's going to be number 18, Caitlin McGinnis. So the Wolves are going to head to a power play here on home ice. Try and get this one back even. One back now. Richards cleanly will take that. She'll move it across. Richards will take the return. Mullins right up on her. Slot it down low. Now back up to the point. Richards partners it across. Towards the goal there. Rebounds free. Chase on it. She's going to move it back over to the left side. McNeil couldn't get it to go. Now down low to the left side here. Into the middle. Back pass. McNeil towards the goal. Chason whacks at it. Rebound, second chance. Goalie trying to cover it. Now that one's going to be cleared, and that's going to go the length of the ice as Crozier is going to come out and play it. She'll leave it there for Brooke McGuigan. She's going to set up and behind her own goal. Moves it up the right side for Mitchell. Mitchell through the middle. Nobody was there, so it's going to exit the zone and all the way down into the Stars end zone. Wolves defense will head for a change now as Pino heads back. She's got Fitzpatrick on her. That's going to be moved up the right side now as Stevenson. Stevenson through the middle. Back inside, all the way to the blue line. Not out. Good job by Gamble there. Now bouncing puck towards the goal. Matheson couldn't come away with it. Mills down there battling behind the Stars goaltender. All the way in. Nice pinch play there by McPherson. She is able to hold the line. McPherson pinches down. She's going to walk to the front of the net, try to bank shot there. She got it on, and good save made by Grace Dunn. 10:20 left to go here in the first and 29 seconds left to go here in the McGinnis penalty. as the people start to pile in here at the Credit Union Place. So face off to the left side of Dunn. Wolves trying to complete the power play opportunity here and get themselves back even. Towards the goal, tipped, and that goes wide. Matheson, she'll battle. Nice move down there in the corner. It's Thomas towards the goal, and that's going to get on to Dunn, and she's going to cover it up once again here. So now we'll switch sides for the draw. One cleanly here by the Stars. Matheson will rim that around to the far side. Held at the line. Towards the goal. Bouncing puck into the slot. Another opportunity to shoot. Backdoor, they score. Like number 17 on the doorstep, Callie McNeil. And just like the Stars' first goal, a shot towards the goal. And it finds its way to the side of the post, and perfect positioning there for the captain as she puts it home to tie things up. So that one will officially go down as a power play goal, I do believe. So tie game just over halfway through the first period. The Stars will win the ensuing face-off here. Back the other way, Richards. She's going to carry it up the left side, in through the neutral zone, fires a puck on goal. Cleared out of harm's way by the Stars. Backhand pass through the middle. Richards able to hold the line, so that one doesn't exit. Bouncing puck, had to be careful. Duncan tried to get it to her teammate. Now a shot towards the goal, and that one goes wide. Duncan, once again, centers. Tried to rush the play. That stretch pass from Mullins, too far for her to reach, so it's banked off the wall. Myers now. She'll find Lutley. Bounced over her stick, so back the other way. Stars had to be careful not to touch up as they didn't want to get too many players on the ice. Chipped off the wall. Mullins takes the bounce pass. Toe drag at the line. Still with it. Carrying it in. Backhand. Couldn't get enough mustard on it. Now is Lutley in behind the goal. Chipped up the left side by McGuigan. She's going to head for a change now. Got the puck out. Job done. Head for some fresh legs. Fitzpatrick partnered it across. Stretch pass coming. Turned over. Stevenson shot there and glove down by Dunn, and she'll make the save and hang on. So we'll have a face-off here inside the Stars zone. Face-off to the left side. One cleanly, and so cleanly it exits the zone. And then Pino now looping in her own zone. Chipped off the wall. She's able to get that puck out. Now she's going to head in, and she's going to dump that in. Dunn. Back and behind. Fitzpatrick. Backhand pass up for McGinnis. McGinnis. Good pass for Player. Clean breakout there for the Stars. Now it's going to be moved up the left side for Walker. Walker gets the blue line. She'll send it in deep. Crozier out to play it off the end wall. Gamble. Bumped off the puck by Player. Centering pass, but the Stars were completing a change. And that's going to be ripped by the fresh legs there from Hansen, and that's going to be covered up by Crozier here. So 8:04 left to go now here in this first period. Puck cleanly won by the Stars off the draw. The shot towards the goal didn't quite make its way there. McPherson had it taken away. Thomas, she's going to chip that free inside the zone. She'll give chase. All the way around to the far side now as the Stars head out the other way. McKenzie, nice one-touch pass there for McGuigan. McGuigan's going to chip that free, but it's pinched off there by McPherson now as Mills will head back in behind her own goal. She'll bank it off the wall. Thomas and McNeil, they tangle up as they get tied up there, but the puck will exit the zone. Chipped inside the zone. Back fork of the Wolves. McPherson. Bank pass. There for Blackier. Back to the point. Tried to go back down low on the cycle, but it's picked off. Now it's going to go back the other way. McKenzie chipped it off the wall. Wasn't able to get it out. Webster chipping it in deep. Behind the goal now, centering. Lutley finds it. She moves it up the left side, but was pestered there from the side, but she's going to regain possession and loops it through the middle. Mullins couldn't get it. Wolves in transition here. Now as Stevenson will collect here for the Wolves. She's going to walk in. She's got McAdam coming late. Towards the goal. That one just rolled through the crease. As Mullins, she's going to loft that one up and back down. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone. Stevenson couldn't get it on the bounce. She'll loop it back from McGuigan. Quickly up the ice. Good one-touch pass there. Knew exactly where she wanted to go, but they couldn't really complete the play now as Richards will fire it in on the offside, and that's going to be whistled down. Face off here in the neutral zone. Chipped off the wall. Fitzpatrick, she'll carry. Up the right side now. She enters the zone. One-handed move. Get in behind Pino. Pino pins her up against the wall. Now it's going to be moved up the left side for Chason. Chason couldn't get it out, so McGinnis able to hold the line, but now it's exited. Bradley back for it, and that one's going to be an icing here. So 1-1 tie here so far between the Stars and the Wolves. The Battle of the Island to start us off here for the Summerside edition of the Showcase. Pino off the ensuing face-off. Up the left side, Chason. She's just going to chip that off the wall. Fitzpatrick knocked it down for a moment. Now she'll get possession, and she's going to send it in deep now. Walker heads in on the forecheck, but it's Pino back for the Wolves. Gamble up the right side. Couldn't connect with her teammates, so it's the Stars now. Through the middle, off the stick of player. That'll negate the icing. Offside waved off as well. Pino back up the strong side. Chason called for that. This comes out into the neutral zone. Fitzpatrick bouncing a puck inside the zone. Gamble back for it. Up the left side. Nice breakout there as Stevenson able to pick it up. She's going to send it in deep now as Fitzpatrick back for it. Worked all the way around. Left side, held in by the Wolves towards the goal. All the way around to the far side now. Once again held in. Looking for a shot on goal. Shot there, and Dunn makes the save, and she'll smother it up here with 5:04 left here on the first period clock. Thank you all for joining us here early on this morning. The 2025 Maritime Major Girls Hockey League Showcase here. Try and rip that one out quickly a few times. Push towards the front of the goal. That one was cleared by the Stars. Battling for it inside the blue line. Wolves able to keep. Back for McPherson towards the goal. That one was tipped wide. Now centered once again. Dunn's just going to poke that one in behind the goal. Mullins trying to poke that free. McNeil. Now McPherson, she's going to carry, works down low. Stevenson in on the forecheck. She's going to come away with that puck. Stevenson battling down there in the corner. Now Thomas comes in to help out. Centering pass. Couldn't get it to go. Back down into the corner. Mullins pulls it out of a crowd. She's going to cut back the other way now. Ellie Mullins carries. She'll get the red line. She's going to get it deep, and she's going to head for a change. Good play there. As that's going to be reversed back the other way. Mills thought about not going for it there for a sec, but she'll go back and collect here. Fitzpatrick turned it over, but back to Mills. Off the wall now. McPherson through the middle looking for Webster. Picked off there by McGinnis and turned back towards the Wolves zone. Wolves cross ice. Webster right on the stick. She'll chip it through the middle. That's as far as it'll go. Chipped off the wall now, and that's going to go down for almost an icing nose. It hit something before it could get down there. 3.5 left to go here in the first. Player now, centering pass there in the high slot. Crozier out sprawling to cover that up, and she had to be careful there. A couple white jerseys on the doorstep. So face off to the right side here. 3:24 left to go now in the first period. corner. Player on that puck first. She gets tangled up. Puck still loose down there as it moves over to the corner. Stevenson. Across now, McGuigan. Good hard pass up the right side. Through the middle now is Webster. Clean breakout there for the Wolves. Now Stevenson driving the back post. Had it poked off her stick before they could enter the zone and make a play. And that pass is fanned on. Cross ice pass. Pino. Pino down the left side. In behind the goal now. Stays on it. McGuigan on her. Wraparound chance there. Puck still loose in the slot. Cleared out of the way now, McKenzie. 4 players still caught down there in the crease trying to find the puck, but it's back the other way now. Hansen. She'll dump it in. McKenzie now. She'll slide it in behind. Hansen on that loose puck. McKenzie once again. And now Hansen in behind the goal. Looking for a centering pass off the side of the goal. Crozier looking for it. Bounced out front there. That one just missed. McKenzie moves it back to the point. Fitzpatrick. Gamble now. Approach the final 2 minutes of play here. We have a penalty on the way, and now it's going to be touched up by the Wolves. And we're going to have a tripping call, and it's going to go against number 9. That's Misha Pino, as you see there in the bottom of your screen. So the Stars, barring a goal, will pretty well finish this period on the power play for the most part. Patrick now tries to fire a shot through. Guindon. Down low. All the way around now. Larkin holds the line. And now it's going to be cleared as that's going to go all the way down onto Dunn, and she'll get down into the Croach. And she'll leave that there for Fitzpatrick. Good forecheck there from the Wolves. Almost came away with it, but Fitzpatrick able to maintain possession. She's going to fire a cross-ice pass all the way across. That'll get by everybody in the Wolves trying to go back the other way, but Fitzpatrick once again jumps into the play. She'll walk in over the line. She's going to move it back for Lutley. Lutley towards the front of the goal there. Now as Mullins is going to find that loose puck all the way to the blue line. Cycles it down low. Good follow-up by McGuigan, but she wasn't able to get the puck out. Good battle there. Brooke McGuigan's going to find that loose puck now. She's going to send that the length of the ice. And that'll kill off some precious seconds here as we approach the final minute of play here in the first. Setting up in behind the goal. Webster up in the high slot. She's going to press that right side, and she turned it over. Bouncing puck. Webster, perfect defensive positioning there on the penalty kill forecheck. Down the left side now with a head of steam. Working around, centering pass there into the feet. Fitzpatrick took the pass from Walker. Now she's going to loop in behind her goal. She'll cycle it in behind now. 40 seconds left to go here in the first. Back to Matheson. Matheson fires that cross ice. Didn't have a lane to the net, so she looked for an open area. Cycled in behind. Fitzpatrick. Centering pass there into the slot. Matheson. Backdoor. A little too much on it as McGinnis got a stick on it, but wasn't able to pick it up cleanly as it goes back to the left point. Now over to the right side. Matheson. Another shot coming. That was blocked. That's Gamble. She got the puck out as it comes into the neutral zone. Matheson now partners it across. Firing a cross ice pass now as the penalty expires. 6 seconds left to go. Big kill there by the Wolves. Up the right side. Pino out of the box. She'll get the backhand, and she's going to dump that in, and that's going to do it for the first 20 minutes here. A 1-1 tie between the Stars and Wolves. So we'll get a flood. We'll have an intermission, and we'll be back with the second period here in about 10 minutes' time. You're watching the 2025 Summerside Showcase here on High Button Sports. Hang tight, and we'll be back with the second period. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the Island Petroleum Energy Center here at the Credit Union Place here in Summerside. Period number 2 just about underway, a 1-1 tie between the Down East Auto Stars and the Western Wolves. Both teams will switch sides. Goaltender's back in the net. Refs at center ice. And we are underway here with period number 2. Raina Fitzpatrick will touch it up first here. She dumps it inside the zone. Richards reverses it back the other way now to the side of the post. Mullins couldn't get it to go. Turned over. Lutley cuts back here in the corner. Back up top. Towards a goal. Kicked away. McAdam left it there. Now it's going to be moved up the right side here. Webster. She gets by Larkin. Wolves in on the forecheck. Turned it over. Nice poke check there. Done. Another opportunity at the side of the goal. Couldn't get it to go. Mullins coming up, trying to block that. Now she's going to find a puck. She's going to get in behind now. Mullins, partial break. Down the right side, Mullins to the forehand there off the crossbar, and that one goes up and stays inside the gameplay area here as Lutley on that loose puck. Mullins that close to taking the lead here as the Wolves head back the other way. Dumped it in. Centering pass, couldn't find it. Trying to kick it free now. McNeil looking for it. It's going to be ripped around the far side. Blaquier activates from the right point. She was able to hold the line. Worked in behind the goal now. Thomas spinning off a defender. Centering pass comes all the way back up to the point. Opportunity shot there. Tipped. That one goes high. It's McNeil on that loose puck. Turning, spinning towards the goal. Dunn couldn't hang on. So McGinnis now picks it up. She'll move it up the right side for Walker. Walker in over the red line, now in over the blue. She carries across top of the circle, cuts the middle, shot there. The save made Crozier, and we'll have our first stoppage of play here in the second period. Minute 43 into the second period here, according to my math, which is probably wrong. Not my strongest skill set, that's for sure. Regardless of all that, Crozier set at the top of the crease, and the faceoff picked up here by Pino. Pino, the right side. Puck right up on that stanchion there. Very rare do you see that. Everyone's looking for it. And there now it's dragged off. As Pino was the only one that was able to find that loose puck. Chipped off the wall by Gamble. All the way back into the Stars' end zone. Bradley across for Fitzpatrick. Excuse me. That was Bella Fitzpatrick. That's going to go up the right side. Player dumps it in. Partnered back around. Pino up for Duncan through her feet and into the neutral zone. Over to the right side, Hansen. She's going to dump that in. That'll get by everybody, and that's going to get down inside the Wolves zone. Pino back for it. McKenzie was on the forecheck. Comes all the way around to the far side. Held it at the blue line. No, it was not, says the official. And that one hit Liney in the back of the helmet. Looks like she's going to be okay, though. All the way around to the far side now. Wolves will try the breakout once again. Nice move there from Duncan. Duncan's going to get that red line, dump it in, and hit a body, so it wasn't able to get deep. Been done. Up the left side, that'll get by everybody, including Pino. Pino will head back for it. Mullins in on the forecheck. Partnered around. Good pick up there. So that's going to be sent out into the neutral zone. Quindon through the middle. Lutley able to get a stick on it, so that'll negate the icing. Richards back for it. Lutley on the forecheck. Coming in, Mullins nearly turned it over. Comes back to the point. Lutley spin around, runs into her teammate, but she's able to hold the line. Fitzpatrick runs into Pino. Trying to center, banked off the side of the goal. Crozier. As Larkin wasn't able to hold the line. That's going to come all the way back down to Dunn. Larkin in behind her own goal. She'll pick up some speed. Continues on the right side. Gets by Stevenson. Now Lutley runs into her defender. As they get tangled up in behind the play, the Lutley got a stick on her, and the Wolves bench wanted a penalty there. Looked up the left side. That one's going to get down inside the Stars zone here. Wolves in on the forecheck. Poked out at the point. Good play there. Was McGinnis forcing at the defensive blue line, and she was able to get that puck out, but only for a moment now as the Wolves will dump it back in. Blaquier. Back down in the corner. Myers couldn't get it on the partner. She moves it up the right side for McGinnis. Through the middle of the ice. Held in there. Good job by the Wolves to hold the line. Myers, left side. Walker. Blaquier holds the line, pokes it free, looking for Mills. Now Larkin had seen enough, and she fires it out with authority into the neutral zone. Chip back up the strong side. Larkin takes a bump there. Nice move at the line. Walker walks in. Shot there. Crozier the save, and she will hang on. McGuigan off the face-off, trying to work it up the right side. Now Duncan will find that loose puck. She's going to head north. Duncan in over the red line, tries to dump it in, hits Fitzpatrick along the way. Now towards a goal, Dunn. Down into the butterfly, the paddle down. Hansen is going to move it up the right side. McGuigan going to fire that cross ice. Icing waved off. A little bit of confusion down there from the officials, but they're going to let things play here. Fitzpatrick got around the first two forecheckers. She'll carry. Fitzpatrick in over the line, winds up a slap shot. That goes wide. It's Pino now. Banks it off the wall for McGuigan. McGuigan now spins. She's going to head up ice through the middle of the ice looking for the intended target Murray. But that's going to get the length of the ice as it misses everybody. So we'll go back down for an icing here. Just see over there, just to the right side of your screen, the Lindsay Surge ready to go for the next game as they'll take on the Moncton Rockets. Sitting down there as a team, and that's part of the showcase weekend as well, getting to know your teammates and hanging out with the girls. Getting them camaraderie going, trying to build that team bonding for down the stretch here. Stronger the unit, the stronger the team, folks. I don't think anybody will argue with me on that one. Murray had to wait. There's Duncan, got caught offside. Good job there to eat some ice and real good instincts there. Looked all the way around and behind the goal now. Stars will exit as the Wolves were completing a change. Away goes Matheson. She's going to gain the red line. She's going to dump that in deep. Back for it is Gamble. Gamble around the far side. It's going to come all the way outside the zone. Stars were finishing a defensive change here, so that'll allow the Wolves to get in over the zone. Over to the right side. Carried in deep. Centering pass towards the goal was picked off there by Larkin. She'll backhand it up for Mullins. Mullins chipping at it. It's going to stay inside the zone, though. Right side, Fitzpatrick. Blaquier went for the pinch, and she was real close to getting in behind the defense all alone, but the puck bounced over her stick. Chipped. Right side. Mullins takes a bump towards the goal. Another opportunity shot there. That one just goes wide. Stevenson came in. She finished her check. As that's going to go all the way the length of the ice for icing as it's touched up now. So back down to the Stars zone we go. 12:43 left to go here in this second frame. Just a 1-1 tie. Goals from Mullins and McNeil, both captains here for these teams. Off the face-off, four-car pile up down there in the face-off dot. Fitzpatrick fires it up the right side. Mills back to the point. McGuigan fires a shot. That was blocked by Lutley. As McGuigan recollects, she'll fire it across to her partner, and that's going to be blocked just outside the blue line. So Stars looking to go back the other way. Couldn't get it out. Player holds the line. She'll chip it back down in behind the goal. Pino with it. The right side for Mills. Mills makes a move. But it's Caden's Player now back with it. She'll loop in her own zone. She'll leave it there for her defender. That's going to go up the right side. Gamble Got a tiny piece of it, so the icing waved off. Pino rips that around to the far side, chipped up and over. Opportunity back the other way in transition here as the Wolves will dump it in. In on Dunn, and that's where the play will finish. She'll hang on here. So I'll have a face-off to the right side of Grace Dunn here. Back to the point, off the face-off. Pino pumps it in deep. Far side, Gamble pinching down the right side. She strips Walker, but it's going to be Walker who comes away with that puck. Walker chipped and chased, but it's Pino back. Up the right side. Couldn't handle it towards a goal. Player. Centering out front off the stick of Crozier, and that one's going to be banked off the glass all the way out to the blue line. Bradley couldn't hold the line. Duncan battling. She's going to chip that inside the zone. Chipped in the wall. Nice play through the middle. 2-on-1 forming. Hansen there tried to slide it across, but it had it poked off her stick. Now it's Duncan. Moves it out into the neutral zone. Chason through the middle of the ice for Stevenson. Miley Stevenson. Back to the point. Blackier shot there, kicked aside by Dunn. Rebound comes all the way out to the left point. Stevenson jumping on that loose puck, battling down there in the corner. Comes all the way back up now is McKenzie battling on the half wall. Chip back to the point, another shot on the way. Tipped and that goes wide. Chason looking for that loose puck, but it's Fitzpatrick now who picks it up. Fitzpatrick through the middle of the ice looking for McKenzie. Wasn't able to connect, and that's going to go back down inside the Stars zone. Partnered across for Fitzpatrick once again. Fitzpatrick, cross ice pass. The Stars are going to be offside. Here's Mullins looking for that loose puck. Mullins now finds a little back pass, but it's going to be sent the length of the ice. It's going to be stopped up just inside the blue line. Off the left side, and that's going to get by everybody, and that's going to be an icing here as we just creep below the halfway mark here of the game. Face off to the left side of Dunn. Puck's down. Lutley had it off the face-off, but it was Stevenson who came through. Hansen had that weird bounce off the wall, so Gamble was able to, that was McNeil, able to hold the line. And behind the goal, Wolves trying to get something towards the front of the goal here. It's going to be held in by McGuigan. Good instincts there and good reaction time. She snagged that one out of the air. She'll release back here, and good thing she did because she's the last one back here. Now as Mullins will have to wait. She got back onside, and no, says the official, just offside at the blue line. 9:16 left to go here. Just the 2 goals in the first period, one from each side. Still waiting on the first one here in the second period. Puck's down now, cleanly won by the Wolves as they'll head back in their own end zone for it. Pino takes a bump from Lutley. Mullins all alone, fake shot to the forehand, she scores. Pump fake to the backhand. And goes back to the forehand side, and she will strike for the second time here in this game, and she'll give the Stars the lead. So just as I mentioned, waiting for our first goal of the second period. Ellie Mullins says, just hang tight. And we'll do that for you here. So 9:03 left to go here in this second period. And a 2-1 lead now for the Stars. The Wolves off the ensuing faceoff. Murray will chip that in deep. Back for it they go. Thomas read it. Centering. Oh, front. Duncan shot there. They almost got it right back. Chipped off the wall. Fitzpatrick through the middle. Turned it over. Duncan with a chance. Another opportunity. Shot towards a goal. Blockered away by Dunn. Lutley throwing her weight around down there. That's going to get by. Black here at the point, so McPherson the last one back here for the Wolves. She's going to have to be careful. She fires that through the middle. Nice clean connection there on the pass. Up the left side. Shot there. Duncan tried to go high on the glove side. That one just goes high and wide. Wolves, real good pushback here as they just gave up the go-ahead goals. That's going to go all the way down. It's not going to have enough for icing, though. It's McPherson. The right side, Stevenson connects. And she'll have to loop back inside her own zone now. Webster up the strong side. Back through the middle. Walker picks it up. She's going to head north. Stevenson on her. Webster now in, but it's Walker continuing on. And behind the goal. Looped around to the right side. Back up to the point. Larkin wasn't able to hold the zone, but she's going to loft it back down inside the Wolves' defensive end. Chip through the middle. That one's not going to have enough for icing now as Larkin goes back for it. Maya Larkin. Good edge work there as she gets away from Webster. That'll create some time and space, and that was held in at the line, though. Larkin. As McGuigan pinches down. She holds the line. Myers back behind her own net to collect. Oh, the right side. A little pitch and catch down there on the strong side as that one's going to go all the way outside the blue line, but back down inside. McNeil on the forecheck. She's got Larkin in behind her own goal. Larkin. Left side for Walker. Walker couldn't get by Mills. Back down for Myers and behind her own goal. Good press here from the Wolves, trying to get the equalizer. Back to the point. Richards fires it in deep. Larkin once again moves it up the left side for Walker. Walker. McGuigan holds the line. She's going to drill McNeil, and it's going to be caught up inside her pants. Tried to take it out quickly and drop it back into play. Smart play by the official there, just blowing the whistle and get the face off. 6:33 left to go here in the second period. The face-off will remain not inside the zone. Poked free, McKenzie. Couldn't beat Pino to the pucks as it's pushed back down inside the zone. Fitzpatrick, nice move, chips it again. Pino took her man out. Now is McGuigan. McGuigan shot there, and that one goes high and wide. Now is Hansen looking for that loose puck. Moves it back for Bradley. Had to be careful. She risked it, and she was able to come away with that puck now, but it's Pino picks up and behind her own goal. Reverses back for Gamble. Gamble up the left side. Duncan. Got it inside the Stars line, but that's as far as it'll go now as it's going to be quick up and inside the Wolves defensive end here. Crozier out to play it. Pino back to collect. Sorry, Gamble back to collect. She'll rim it around to the far side. Thomas. Good angle there. She picks it up with a little bit of speed. In over the blue line. Cuts the middle. Thomas. Duncan. Tries to center. Thomas shot there. Surprise shot. Dunn was able to be in good position there to make the save, so she'll cover it up. 5:32 left to go here in the second. 2-1 lead now for the Stars. Another goal off the stick of Ellie Mullins. Continuing her strong play here for the Stars team. Thomas off the draw. Back to McGuigan. McGuigan shot there. Gets through everybody, and Stevenson was looking for that loose puck at the back door, but it rolled by her feet. Chipped off the wall. Richards holds it. Centering pass out front. Stevenson got a stick on it, and it's still loose in the crease. McAdam banging away at it in front of the net there. Now it's finally held by Dunn. Five minutes, 11 seconds left here in the second period. Puck's down, taken off the draw. Laquier shot, that one was blocked. Chip through the middle, Walker looking for that stretch pass, but it's going to get by her, but she's going to beat out the icing here. Player following up, can get by McAdam. Now the Wolves got a player in behind. Couldn't get it to her though, so it's going to be chipped inside the zone there. Stevenson in on the loose puck. She tangles up behind the goal. Poked free. Walker will push it back in behind her own goal. Little confusion there with Guindon and her counterpart. Through the middle, onto the stick of Walker. Walker, chip and chase. She's going to get there first. Centering pass out front there. Nice save, Crozier, as player came late. Snuck behind all the defenders, as that's going to be sent the length of the ice. Icing waved off. Dunn out to play it. Stopped up. Chipped off the wall. Right onto the stick of McGuigan indirectly. So the Wolves are going to head back the other way. They get it inside the zone. Mills battling. McNeil in to help out now. Up the left side. Pino collects inside her own zone. She'll swoop with speed. She moves it up the left side. She's going to fire that in deep, and Pino's going to come flying in here. Larkin, don't realize if she had her on her. There's McGuigan now in behind the goal. Webster on the forecheck, pinching down on the left side. Holds the line, was the Wolves. 3:40 left to go. Right side now for Hansen. Hansen all alone. She's going to chip, hits the official, but it worked out well for her. She tried to center. Goes in behind the goal now is Mullins. Mullins protects that puck. Had it poked off her stick, though. Into the feet. They tangle up down there just below the hash marks. Now as Mullins comes away with it. Mullins centering pass there. Lutley couldn't pull the trigger hard enough to get it to the goal. So that puck's going to be pushed back out into the neutral zone. Off the stick. Duncan now. Opportunity. She'll find the loose puck. Shot there. Save made by Dunn. 3:03 left to go here in the second period. Good couple chances here from the Wolves on the pushback. They gave up the go-ahead goal a few minutes ago. And since then have spent a lot of time down there in the offensive zone. Looking for that equalizer before the end of the period here. Lutley off the face-off. Fitzpatrick behind. Roomed around for Raina Fitzpatrick. She'll pick it up on the left side. She's going to center through the middle. Mullins got a skate on it, but that's as far as it'll go for her. It's McAdam now. She's going to try and chip. Smart play there by Fitzpatrick. Take away that lane on the wall. Battling for it in front of the Wolves bench. That's going to be chipped inside the zone now. Wolves come away with it. That's Stevenson. McAdam into help out. Lutley now will come away with it. She's going to move it up the right side for Mullins, who lofts it through the middle. Right onto the tape there, Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, one-on-one with a back checker. Had it poked off her stick. It's Lutley in to help out, but it's poked free now by McGuigan. 3-on-2 forming now for the Wolves. McGuigan, right side. Stevenson, opportunity. Shot there, blocker save. The rebound's loose. Great zone entry there from McGuigan. She cut across the middle, and that opened up that lane on the right side. The defense stayed right with her. Now is Mullins. She'll pull it. She's going to move over to the right side now. Walks in, toe drag. Opportunity still with it. Tried to go right down Broadway. Couldn't get it to go. Now is a stretch pass the other way. He's going to get all the way down the ice. Mills beats it out there, and she got a shot off the opportunity. Dunn had to be sharp there and was. Chip. Nobody can find the puck here. So it's back down inside the Stars zone. Guindon partners it across. McGinnis uses her body to protect that puck. Now as Matheson picks it up here for the Stars. Through the middle. McGinnis. One touches it. It's moved up to the left side. Quick, clean breakout here for the Stars. Down the left side, Walker. Drags. Centers there. Nobody home for the Stars as they were tied up along the way. So back the other way go the Wolves. 2-on-3. Shot towards the goal. Dunn got a piece of it. Luckily that wasn't on net, or it might have rolled in. McNeil had her stick tied up. Gamble. Chipped it in. Heads up over there. Fired it into the Stars bench. Didn't even phase the player. So 1:04 left to go here. The faceoff should be outside. Off the draw, trying to chip it up the strong side. Final minute to play here in the second period. Richards for McGuigan. Webster got a piece of it, says the official, so icing waved off. Dunn leaves it there for Fitzpatrick, who moves it up to the other Fitzpatrick. But McGuigan, the old surprise attack. Trying to get it back door, they do, and it's picked off by the Stars. Another opportunity side of the goal there was Murray. And a sharp save there by Grace Dunn. Mullins trying to chip that free. The old golf swing there to try and get it out. Wasn't able to. And now they're able to get that puck outside the zone as Fitzpatrick will head the other way. Poked off the stick. McGuigan lost her twig. Centering pass all the way out for Lutley, and it rolled under her stick. Good safe play there by the Wolves as that one's going to be lofted down the ice. It's on its side, so it might have enough for icing, but it's not going to. Larkin. It's McGuigan leading the charge there on the forecheck. So only the one defender back here now is Walker. Chips it. Nice little move. She's got 3-on-2, 5 seconds, and just at the buzzer, they get an opportunity, but that will do it for the second period here. So 40 minutes come and gone, a 2-1 lead for the Stars heading into the third period. You're watching the 2025 GHL Summerside Showcase here on High Button Sports. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with third period. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Final frame here in this matchup between the Down East Auto Stars and the Western Wolves. The Stars lead this one 2-1 on 2 goals from Ellie Mullins. One in the first, one in the second. As we get set for third period action, we once again thank you for joining us. We're happy to have you here from the Island Petroleum Energy Center at Credit Union Place here in Summerside. Puck is down. We are officially underway here, and that's going to be right into the bench, and we will have a stoppage of play. 7 seconds in. We're going to have a face-off down to the left side of Grace Dunn here. Push back to the point. McGuigan looking for a shot towards the goal. Lutley in behind her own goal now, picks it up, moves up the right side, trying to find Mullins. In the corner now, Stevenson couldn't hang on now as Fitzpatrick tried to loop back down inside her own zone, but it had it picked off. Chipped up the ice, and that's going to go all the way down. Wolves had to be careful as they were changing, and that's going to be an icing here. Stars coach didn't like it. So we're going to head back down to the Stars end zone here off the icing. So we're going to have 2 quick conversations here. And it looks like the face-off is actually going to come out into the center ice area here because the Wolves were changing, so they had an opportunity for that puck to be played, I guess. Right side, McGinnis entering the zone. Left it there unintentionally now is Fitzpatrick, able to hold the blue line. Good hustle play there. It's the Wolves who pick up. Up the right side, McGinnis looking for that pass. Couldn't get it to go now as McNeil left it there for Thomas. Thomas tried to chip it inside the zone. Back all the way to the point for McPherson. Now it's going to be picked up here by the Stars through the middle. Walker, who I'm told is an underager here. Could have fooled me. It's Mills now. She walks in, tries to center. Back for Blackier, who able to pump that back down inside the zone. Shot there off the side of the goal. That one didn't miss by much. Blackier once again holding the line. Chipped up to the wall. Held in behind the goal now as that shot goes wide. McNeil looking for that loose puck, but it's moved up the right side now for McKenzie. McKenzie tried to loft it through the middle. She's successful in doing so, but it's Pino who picks it up. She's going to walk in over the line. She ran into a little bit of traffic. It's through the middle, chipped inside the Wolves zone. Chase on. Last one back here for the Wolves. All the way around to the far side. Up the left side now. Murray couldn't hang on to it long enough to make a play. So it's pushed back into the neutral zone. Mullins trying to get freed. Banked off the wall. Murray's going to get another chance there. She went inside out. Puck stays with her, and it's going to be poked free there by Dunn. Chipped up the wall. Chase on. Couldn't hold the line. Gamble will, though, as it's lofted all the way around to the far side. McAdam ran into Hansen and Matheson. Murray now trying to find that loose puck, but it's rimmed all the way around to the far side. It'll make its way to the hash marks where Mullins will fire it out into the neutral zone. McGuigan looking for her options. She finds her partner on the flank. Banked into the zone. That's going to go all the way down onto Dunn. Dunn's going to keep it moving, but not before the whistle. Face off down. Pushed around to the far side. Fitzpatrick lofts it back. Chipped through the middle. Lutley looking for that bouncing puck. If she got it, she was gone, but it's Stevenson who picks it up. She's going to work through the middle, try to poke it past the defender, and now it's going to be pushed out into the neutral zone as now Fitzpatrick through in support. She'll walk in over the line 1-on-2, waiting for recruits. Nice move. Fitzpatrick shot there. Nice save. Crozier point blank. Real nice move there from Raina Fitzpatrick, who was Rookie of the Month last month. 2 Stars players making the call on that one. Face off down, tied up off the draw, back to the point, held in, shot towards the goal, was blocked. Now the Wolves looking to go back the other way, reaching for that puck, knocking it down. Thomas touched it on the inside of the blue line, and that's going to be an offside. Face off here in the neutral zone, just underneath the booth. Off the draw, Walker trying to poke that free. McNeil with it. She's the goal scorer here for the Wolves in this one. Walker, player now, jumping up into the play. Good battle just underneath us here as Thomas able to poke that puck free. Chip through the middle now. Player, nice move around Mills. Player now, she'll work in over the blue line. Still with it, shot there. That one goes well wide, bouncing off the end wall, nearly out to the side now, pushed through the crease. Back to the point. Pinching down towards the goal. That was tipped off the side of the net. Crozier down into the half splits there, taking away both posts. Centering pass there, looking for McGinnis. Couldn't get it to go. Now it's back the other way. Here's Thomas. Thomas on the right side. She'll continue on. Got around Bradley. Got that one into the end zone. It's Mills looking to pull that puck free. Murray in on the forecheck. Poked it off the stick. Wolves will come away with possession, looking for their recruits here. Mills with it. She tries to carry it towards the goal, and she's tripped up. The play continues here. Now back the other way. Walker tried to go around Pino. Had it poked off her stick. McGuigan, cross ice. Bradley with it. Excuse me. She'll partner it across as Fitzpatrick goes off the sidewall for McKenzie, but wasn't able to connect. Up the right side, held in. McGuigan now. Centering pass out front there for McKenzie. Now McAdam. All the way down here for the Wolves as she'll enter the zone. Around the first defender and behind the net now. Back up to the point. Richards tried to fire one through a set of shin pads, and that was blocked. The puck will come back out. McGuigan fired up the left side. Richards couldn't hang on. Now McAdam turns it over. He's going to walk in there and a big hit thrown, and that's going to be a penalty as soon as the Stars touch up here, and they will now. And it's going to be number 17, Bella Fitzpatrick. We'll see what the call is. My guess is his body contact. Pretty easy one to call. It was a pretty big hit. Would have been a great hit in body contact. So power play opportunity here for the Wolves, trailing by 1. And a great time to get the equalizer here. It's Richards. Across from McGuigan. Shot there. That one goes wide and behind the goal. Landing on the back of the net there, but they whack it free. McNeil. Back for McGuigan. McGuigan. Shot through a crowd, done the save, and she'll cover it up and hang on here. 14:07 left to go. Pretty simple setup here for the Wolves. Get it to the top, get some traffic in front, and fire the puck to the net. And try and bang another one home here. Puck's down. Won cleanly by the Wolves again. McGuigan. She'll stop up. Moves it across for Richards. Richards tried to go back for McGuigan. And that one's going to be poked free. A little bit of no man's land there. So now Stevenson will pick it up. Stevenson. She'll chip it in. She's going to give chase, but it's going to be Larkin there first. And that one's going to be sent the length of the ice. Didn't quite make its way 200 feet. McNeil, cross ice for McPherson. Wolves completing a change. McPherson in over the line, tries to shoot. And that one was in a set of shin pads, and that one's going to be lofted the length of the ice. Crozier out to play it. She'll fire it right up ice for McPherson as the Stars were completing a change. Thomas Had it poked in over the line, and they're going to call that offside just inside. So the play is going to be stopped. Worked in now, Pino. 43 seconds left to go here in the power play. Worked all the way down inside the Wolves' zone as Gamble goes back to collect. Chip just inside the zone. Lofted out into the neutral zone. Murray looking for it, but it was picked off by Walker. Sneak attack from the bench there as they snuck a player in the forward door and sent the player out the back defense. Little smart defensive play there. 8 seconds left to go here in the power play. Held up against the wall. Walker battling for it. Larkin as well. Thomas collecting her stick, and she's laboring a little bit here as Fitzpatrick will empty the box, and we're back to even strength here now. Big kill by the Stars as they continue on with a 2-1 lead here. Through the neutral zone, chip just inside. Up the right side now is Hansen. She'll chip that free. That's going to get down inside the zone. Back for it, McGuigan. She chops that free. Through the middle of the ice now, Myers. Couldn't handle the bouncing puck. Mullins had to hang on as she had a player inside the blue line, so the Stars will have to re-rack here through the neutral zone. Chipped off the stick. Icing waved off. Dunn plays it there for Fitzpatrick, who rims it around to the far side. Mullins picks it up on the backhand. Had it poked off her stick by McNeil. Fitzpatrick around the far side looking for the other Fitzpatrick. She got a stick on it there for a moment. A little sword fight going on over there. It's Blacquier able to hold the line as she bounces that one back down inside the zone. Myers, right side for Mullins. Back for Blacquier. She'll fire it across the far side, right on the stick of Duncan. Duncan through the middle looking for Stevenson. Duncan still with it. Shot there. That one goes just over the goal. It's the rebound collected here by the Wolves. Back to the point. McPherson faked a shot. Tried to get it towards the goal. Mullins was almost off to the races, but McPherson able to regain possession as she takes a little bit of a bump, and that's going to get in deep, but only as far as the top of the circles now as Fitzpatrick moves it up the right side for Mullins. Pino with it through the middle of the ice here in her own zone. She'll work through the neutral zone around the first 2 forward checkers. She continues on down the left side. Good step up there from Fitzpatrick on the gap control at the blue line. Able to keep her sticks lengths away, and that forced her to have to recollect that puck now as player. She's tangled up, and that's going to be a penalty as soon as the Wolves touch up here, and they will do so now. So now it's the Stars' chance to go on the power play. So 10:15 left to go here in the third, and a power play opportunity here for the Stars to add to their lead, which is 2-1 as you can see there on your scoreboard. So it'll be Lutley and McNeil on the face-off here. Right off the draw, Mullins fires one towards the goal. That was kicked aside. Now it's going to move back to the point for Larkin. Larkin moves to the middle of the ice. She'll move it over to the left side. Fitzpatrick down low for Mullins. Mullins back up top for Fitzpatrick. She walks to the middle, fakes a shot, moves it back for Mullins. Mullins fired a cross-ice pass. Nobody home for the Stars. Larkin couldn't hold the zone. That's going to be all the way down inside the Stars end zone. McNeil will get on the forecheck. Fitzpatrick reversed it there, but no one was quite there yet for the Stars. That's going to be picked up. Caden's player tried to go back through the feet. McNeil turned it over. She's going to get in on the forecheck, and she's going to be the first one on the puck. McNeil going to pin that up in her feet. Can't hold on long enough. That's going to be off another stick, and just inside the line now is Larkin. Will try and regroup here and get reset. The right side for Lutley. Lutley in over the line. She'll carry it. Shoots there. Blocker save made by Crozier. Under a minute to go now in the power play. Back up top. It's Patrick. Couldn't get it. Pino now fires that the length of the ice, and that's going to go all the way down to the Wolves' end zone. Underneath the halfway mark of the period now. Nice move here from Fitzpatrick as she'll carry through the neutral zone. Nice inside-out move. Shot there. Crozier followed it the whole way, and she'll make the save. 31 seconds left to go here in the power play. The face-off will go to the left side of Crozier. Puck's down, tied up. Raina Fitzpatrick on the loose puck. Centers out front for Walker. That'll find McGinnis. Shot there. Nice point-blank save there from Crozier. Fitzpatrick fires one, blockered away from Peyton Crozier once again. Lacquier got it to the point, but not out. Final 15 seconds here of the power play. Top of the circle. Shot. Crozier the save. Rebounds loose. Another opportunity. Turn. Fired. Another save. Crozier. Absolutely dialed here on this power play, as that'll pretty well kill the rest of it as that sent the length of the ice. Back onto the ice comes Murray. Stars looking to get going on the breakout once again. Fitzpatrick picks it up off the bank, but it's the Wolves who pick it up. Here's Webster. She'll move it back for McGuigan. Up the left side off the feet of Thomas. It's Matheson now. Moves it across for her partner Fitzpatrick. Bella Fitzpatrick's going to dump that in, but it's off McGuigan. She eased off. Hansen chips it free. Brooke McGuigan now in behind her own goal. Lost it in the feet of the official. Has to be quick here. Nice move up the left side. Nice pass. Thomas trying to poke it free. McKenzie got the red line. Couldn't get it by Richards. A little ping pong action here in the neutral zone. Chipped off the wall, off the glass, all the way out to the blue line. Not out though. McNeil hangs onto that bouncing puck. 7 minutes, 25 seconds left to go as that's rimmed around to the far side. Richards shot there. McGuigan just took that right in the midsection. She's going to carry it the length, get the red line, get it deep, and the Stars will complete a full change. Pino stops up. It's pressured there from Fitzpatrick. Poked it out front. Mullins looking for the Hattie. Ripped around to the far side. Will it be held in? Yes, it will, as Myers got there in time. Now it's going to be chipped up by Pino. Myers. Right side, right on the tape for Mullins. Mullins couldn't hang on long enough as the puck comes out to the blue line, but not out as Lutley came firing in. Lutley. Chipped off the wall. Just in front of the penalty boxes now as the Wolves trying to poke it free. Gamble. Red line. And couldn't get it in deep, so it's back inside the Wolves zone. 6:15 left to go. Gamble stopped up. Mullins stripped her of the puck. Back to the point. That one's going to come out, so the Stars will have to regroup. Red line in deep here for the Stars. That's going to get in behind the goal now as McPherson. Quick shoulder check, trying to figure out where the pressure's coming from. As Walker got a stick on it, enough to hold the zone. Gamble. Left side for Chason. Chason had to bat that down on the backhand now as Murray picks it up. She's going to find Duncan in the middle. Duncan, left side. She'll carry it in deep. Still centering pass there. Chason couldn't reach it. Back to the point. Shot there. That was blocked. Back for Chason. Moves it for McPherson. McPherson through a crowd. Tipped in front. Rebound. Nice save done. She got the blocker down as Murray was right there on the doorstep. Now McPherson once again towards the front of the goal. Murray tied up in front. Full force press here from the Wolves. Approaching the final 5 minutes here of the third period. Chipped up the wall. Stars desperately trying to get out here. Be successful now. Walker had it poked off her stick though as the Stars were heading for a change. Now they had to retreat back. Murray down the left side. Walker got a stick on it, so that eliminates some of the power from that shot. Now as Duncan gets in on the forecheck. Pushed around to the far side. McAdam all by herself. Kicks it free. She's going to stay on it. McNeil coming in late looking for that pass, but it was poked off the stick. Now is Mullins. Tried to exit the zone. Fanned on the attempt, so it's held in once again. McAdam ties up with Matheson down there in the corner. Raina Fitzpatrick on the loose puck. She couldn't get it out. Held in at the line once again. Wolves pressing here for the equalizer, and that's going to get down onto Dunn, and good job by her to realize the situation. And she'll hang on here and allow her team to get a change. face off. To the left side of Grace Dunn here. Fitzpatrick is going to loft that one over. McGuigan tried to knock it down, but icing is going to be waved off. No, it's not, says the official. She tried at it. Fitzpatrick wants it to be at center ice, but I don't think she's going to have a case on this one. If you attempt to play it, it's not the same as actually touching it, but it looks like maybe they are going to go to center ice. So, I stand corrected once again here. Go to center ice. Won by the Stars, but that'll be pushed all the way back down to their zone. Fitzpatrick reverses it across for Mullins. Mullins chips it up and over. And now it's going to be played with a high stick here. Next up here is the Moncton Rockets, the first place team in this league, against the third place Lindsay Surge. I will once again have the call for that one. So face off just out here in the neutral zone. Once again won cleanly by the Stars, but it's all the way back into their defensive zone. Bradley across for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick tries to spin off Stevenson. She does so, but pokes in the middle of the ice towards the front of the goal. Stars clogging the house, they call it, the danger area. Now there's a back door there, Stevenson, as Fitzpatrick was just looking for the open stick. Richards went for the partner, but McGuigan was forced to retreat out into the neutral zone as the weak side D, just to make sure the puck didn't go back the other way on a 3-0. Mullins having a hard time with it down there. Fitzpatrick able to chip that to herself, in over the line now. She's going to walk in, shoots there, Crozier the save, and she'll hang on. 3:22 left to go here in the third period. Time ticking away now for this Wolves. Pino now looking for that stretch. Chason finds that loose puck, stops up just inside the blue line. Would have liked to see her travel that a little bit deeper. That way, if that puck gets poked off, you still have an opportunity to keep the puck in deep. Pinned up in the corner. Underneath, 3 minutes to go now. 2-on-2 down there in the corner. You got to think the whistle's coming here soon. You can see the ref down there saying, I'm not blowing the whistle, move the puck, and they do now. Back to the point. Shot coming. Crozier the save. Bouncing puck. Rebound loose. Kicked aside. Another chance there for Walker at the side of the goal. Chason slotting down. She's just going to eat that up. I like that play from Chason. She didn't force it up to the wing where she would normally be, which would have been a giveaway, so she kind of eats it on the wall, maybe give her team a chance to gain possession. Here's Walker, holds the line. She's just going to fire that in deep. She's going to complete the change. Here's the Stars complete a full sail change down to the final 2 minutes of play. Off the glass. Not quite down the ice enough as Fitzpatrick will walk in. She's going to walk in on a one-on-one, try to go block her side, and couldn't get it to go. Chipped inside the zone. Penalty on the way now as Lutley ripped that off the crossbar, but it's going to be a cross-checking penalty, and it's going to go against number 11 here, Raina Fitzpatrick. So no bigger moment than right now for this Wolves team. Minute 48 left to go. Sorry, minute 49 left to go here in this third period, and a 2-minute power play up on the board, but we're going to have a quick timeout. So we'll be back here in 30 seconds time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after the timeout. We'll see if the coach got anything drawn up here for this Wolves team, trailing by 1. A minute 49 left to go on the time clock. 2 minutes up on the board here as the Stars. A big kill here. So Wolves will take it off the draw. Down the left side, Chase on front tipped. They're just going to try and shove everything to the net here, excuse me. McGuigan, front, tipped at the top of the crease, and Dunn able to find it as she'll cover it up. All kinds of chaos in front. Minute 33 on the time, a minute 44 on this power play opportunity. McNeil on the draw against player. Good face-off procedure now. That's going to be sent the length of the ice. Good recognition there to where the pressure was coming from, as it's actually a 6-on-4 now, as you obviously can see. So that one was whistled on the icing, but the Stars are shorthanded, so that one's definitely going to center ice. So minute 25 you see on the inner clock, minute 36 on the power play. Barring a goal, of course. Now as Fitzpatrick's not going to waste any time, she's just going to send that the length of the ice. It's Brooke McGuigan back for it. She's going to stop up and behind her own goal. Going to wait for her recruits to get into motion. She'll move it over to the right side now for McNeil. McNeil cuts through the middle of the ice. She's going to work down the left side. She's got 2 people on her. Chason took the drop pass. Tried to go back down low. Duncan now. Final minute of play as Crozier to the bench once again. 6-on-4 now. Stevenson off the bench for the extra attacker. Poked that down inside the zone. Pulled free. McNeil has to make a decision. She goes up for McGuigan. McGuigan, nice move. Works in below. Centering pass there. Chason trying to look for it. Or Stevenson, rather. Another shot. Dunn can't find it. The rebound comes loose. 39 seconds left to go here in the game. Chason is going to move it back for McGuigan. They're going to try one more rush here. 30 seconds. McGuigan, left side for McNeil. Stevenson pokes it free. Lutley disrupts things. Duncan taking on Mullins. Duncan trying to work past. McNeil here, 14 seconds. She's going to fire one through a crowd that was knocked down by Mullins. And it's going to be played with a high stick. So 8.9 seconds left to go here in the third period. Chance for one more shot off the draw. Face off to the right side of Dunn. Got to jump on this puck like a grenade here as McPherson tried to get it through the shooting lane. 5 seconds left to go. In behind the goal, trying to jam it home. At the side of the net, and that will do it. The Stars will hang on to take a 2-1 victory here over the Western Wolves. 2 goals from Ellie Mullins and a big kill to finish this game. So that will conclude our coverage here of this one. It's the Down East Auto Stars 2. The Western Wolves 1. What a fantastic first game to start off this showcase. We'll jump right in to the Rockets and Surge up next here on High Button Sports. Until then, which is about 10 minutes time, hang tight, and we will see you at the next one.